Trust the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Because it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. Y'all know what that means. It's going to be FrostCast here on Winter Wolf's Den. We got a poll up and running for you guys to have a little fun with already. We're going to bring in King Z. We're going to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. We even have a little surprise game. It's not Saw, hopefully, because I'll be on the receiving end with no advance warning whatsoever. I told the King, I said, listen, if anything starts with my screen going black or my lights going out and some creepy ass voice being like, "Hello, Winter Wolf, I want to play a game." I'm like, dude, my ass is just getting the gun and going outside. Like I'm getting in the car and just driving. You know what I mean? I'm out. So we'll see what kind of game he's got in store. But I'm glad to see everybody here. I'm glad to get things rolling. It's been a busy week here around the den. If you didn't know, the King and I are gearing up for spooky season like we do every year. And heading into September. Hey, there he is. Pape's here early. Nice. I didn't realize one of our emojis was coded defend. I like that. That's going to be the shield. That's dope. Love that. All right. Got a couple of other guests coming already. Wintersworthy in the house. Can't wait to show and listen to the stream. Welcome, Wintersworthy. That is Afakazi Gaming's free company in Final Fantasy 14. He said some of his buddies might be stopping by to hang out while they are doing their 47,000th dungeon raid on whatever expansion is out for Final Fantasy right now.
Which Final
welcome
Fantasy?
Everybody. For the big one, the big MMO, 14, whatever it is.
14? Okay, because they had 11 and they had 14.
No,
so.
the good one. I guess 14 is the good one. Now, so they're going to hang out in the background and hopefully chit chat and things like that as we go. But I wanted to talk spooky season and the setup just before we get into the alien discussion, because I feel like once we get rolling on that, that's going to eat up a big old chunk of time like it does every week. Because I got some thoughts on episode 4. I'm sure you do as well. But you want to walk. The good one is set. Now, listen, I'm not going to argue with Pape about the good one. Of course, 7's the good one. But I'd also tell you that 2, 3, and 4 are the good ones. I meant MMO good ones.
Do you mean 1, 2, and 3? 1, 2, 3, and 4 US or 1, 2, 3, 4 Japan?
Dude, listen, I need the Idiot's Guide to Final Fantasy numbering because that happens to me all the effing time. I can't do it. I like the one with Cecil and Kane, and I like the one where the world explodes halfway through. I think that's 2 and 3 in the States. That's all I know. That's all I got. Everything after that's bonus. Yeah.
But what we mean by the good one is the MMO version, because they had 2 different MMOs. They had the 11 and then they had 14, which then 14 went away and then came back as Universe Rebirth. Yeah.
Realm Reborn.
Realm Reborn. Okay.
Solid. But yeah, if any of these guys want to drop FF knowledge in the chat as we go, if we brush on those topics, that's always welcome, because I am at least casually a fan of those games. I do enjoy 7. I've played it to the same point in the game 17 times and stopped, much like Afakazi Gaming could tell you about my experience with Mass Effect. I forget about where I'm at, and then I stop, and I got to start over, and eventually I just walk away. But spooky season is upon us, dude. We've got some plans, and they actually start this week.
This week.
Walk everybody through what the plan is right now. Maybe not letting everybody know about like the hidden project, the big project, maybe just the weekly walk through just to get it started.
So what we're doing coming into September, which is the kickoff of horror season, as we can see in the theater that there are more horror movies coming out in September than there are in October this year. Woohoo! Welcome. Thank you. Our other member.
There he is. I know, right? Both members are in full attendance. Dude, work in some member talk, Kingsley, while you tell them about spooky season. Because there is kind of a benefit to becoming a member based on the large project that we are planning.
Yes. So how we're going to start is we're going to turn our retro watch into zombie watch. We're going to be watching zombie movies for the month of September, as September is zombie month. We will also be doing a best of worst of The Walking Dead. We also have a secret hidden project. First time that we've ever done this. So we're going to release this one for free, but coming up in other theme months coming up, these will be member only videos. So membership has its privileges.
And it's perks too. We've already seen Pape use a couple of the badass emojis that you drew up. We got your patented Winter Wolf and Stein. You put your beverage of choice in there. We believe we have the shield, and of course we have the cute and cuddly pixel art Winter Wolf and King Z emojis for y'all to use at your discretion. So consider it. It's only $2. It helps us keep the lights on. And it also helps us expand the scope of what we're going to do going forward when we get into a couple of the shop things, hats, t-shirts, those kind of things, which go a big way also. We're looking forward to working on that stuff.
Full car prints. Yeah, we're going to have it all.
Wraps. I was thinking of actually just leasing out like a company, Winter Wolf's Den Mercedes. I have to run the finance department upstairs. I don't think she's going to be a fan of that, but you get the part. So there's that.
And if you do the $99 tier, you get to have dinner with me.
That's right. Now, see, you can't actually say that out loud because I think even if we don't start that tier of a membership, somebody could literally complain that you said that was a thing. But that's on you. I'm not offering.
That was a straight joke. That was a straight joke.
We need it. How we have our spoiler alert. We need one of those things that says the king was just kidding. We love The Walking Dead too. Well, I love The Walking Dead to a point, and King Z got to episode 3,
season 1, episode 3, and that's where it ended.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting best of, worst of. It'll be a role reversal for a change where usually the series idea is kind of, it's something either we both seen everything of, or like the last 2, it's been like, hey, Wolf, check out this show. Like, all right, I'll watch Psych. All right, I'll watch Fringe, whatever. And then
tell everyone how that Psych thing worked out for you.
So listen, yes, that was probably one of the better seasons, I would argue. And the ending was a banger. So the whole Psych thing worked out pretty good on account of I've now seen the entire run of the show in all 3 TV movies, which were equally as funny as the damn show. And when do you ever see that? When does a show go away and then they come back 5 years later with a feature-length film and it's good? That's never. There ain't no Game of Thrones movie ever coming out that's going to be any good. Lost ain't giving you a movie. Sopranos ain't giving you a movie. Breaking Bad tried. El Camino wasn't any good. It was okay. It wasn't the best. But I'm looking forward to Zombies. Zombies is it's a touchstone concept in horror that I've always loved. Read a bunch of those dystopian zombie books when they were all the rage in like the early 2000s. I know you're a pretty big fan of Max Brooks and the World War Z and the other one, Zombie Survival Guide. I couldn't think of the first one. So I know you're a big fan. So I think this is going to be like a whole month full of passion projects as we check out the 5 movies we've picked in the that show that you've never seen for all intents and purposes.
Yep.
We'll take a peek at that. Do we want to tell people what the first movie is? Because we are recording that this week. That's Friday night.
We are. Yes, we are. We are watching Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, there it is. Pape called it.
Now, we're not watching the original Dawn of the Dead.
True.
We are watching the 2004 version?
2004. Yeah. We're going to go with the 04 one. I feel like the OG is a great movie, as Pape just pointed out, but it is outside of the practical effects, which are always going to be timelessly epic. And we got Winter is expressing its power once more, which is even better. Thank you, Superpower Rainbows. The effects are great in the original Dawn of the Dead. Still to this day, they hold up. But the pacing, the blocking of the movie, how they tell its story, it is dated by today's standards. And it's a wildly different ride in the middle of the movie. I want a little bit more up-tempo to start things off. We're going to get into some slow-moving zombies during the discussion in the Hidden Project. We'll get there. Otis says, I love original Helicopter. Also, the new one, I was a teen back 04, so it was awesome. I love original Helicopter. I might need you to clarify. Oh, I think that's Day of the Dead with the helicopter pilots. Maybe that's the one you were aiming at. Possibly. I could be wrong. Let us know in the chat. We're not going to hold you to clarity. I type stupid shit all the time. Dude, Winter is definitely defending the wall tonight. That's a fact. And we're grateful for them bolstering numbers on the front lines. That's what they do. Look at that, dude. They weren't kidding. They were going to pop in tonight. While they're rolling in and holding the line against all things evil north of the wall, except the Wildlings. If you see those guys, let them in. They're cool. The Wildlings are all right with me.
Especially Redbeard.
And especially Egret. I mean, if you see her out there, you just send her to the Wolf's tent. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Mrs. Wolf will understand. She's in the 5. You guys might even be too young to remember the 5. Well, Pape probably knows. Pape's in the bracket. He probably knows the 5. All right, you ready to start talking Alien Duel while these guys are starting their raid, listening in the background, which we appreciate?
Yeah, let's get into the friends don't let friends have their face hugged.
Yeah, dude, your tone of voice is exactly how I felt when I hit start on Hulu to watch episode 4. I was like, yeah, I guess I gotta watch this. Lead the way. It's better when you lead the way on these things.
So we're getting into episode 4, the official halfway point, where we are with boy genius, Peter Pan, lover obsess. Was it kid, boy Cavalier? Boy Cavalier. That's it.
Boy, yeah. I wish I watched something else. Keep going.
Yeah. It goes more into their experiments into the xenophobes and their little tadpole babies from the eggs, and how we ended the last episode with Wendy hearing some weird screeching. Apparently, she can hear the frequency that they transmit on. And we're back. Yes. After the spoiler.
Damn it all. Oh, look at that. That's a new one there right there. Appreciate that. Thank you, Alpha Keys Gaming. Gifted 1 Winter Wolf membership. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Spoilers. We are going to rip this to pieces for both the good and the bad. So you've been warned. If you're watching Alien Earth, take off, watch it if you didn't watch it live last night or whichever, and then come back and check us out a little while. The video will be there.
Yep.
Continue. Continue. We're not
going. What I say is this movie is a movie of obsessions. You have the boy genius here obsessed with Peter Pan and being right. And
yeah, that's the big one.
Which I figured him out completely now. His whole thing is that he wants to be the boy who doesn't grow up, so his brain doesn't get hard and mushy and he doesn't come up with new ideas. That's why he wanted sick kids to be transferred into robots so they can always imagine and give him new ideas for new stuff so he can make his, I mean, when you make your first $1 trillion, it's hard to keep coming up with new ones. So
it's true.
He needs fresh ideas, and that's what these kids are. They're fresh ideas for him to build his empire more. But then he just a gold mile of all these killer alien species falling into his lap, and now he wants to figure them out. But yeah, and then you have the Wendy, who's obsessed with her brother, like almost a little too obsessive of her brother.
It's a little weird in episode.
A little weird, a little weird. West Virginia weird.
A little bit.
Maybe some LA going on there, lower Alabama and stuff.
Oof. Or the other one, the City of Demons out there. It's nothing nice. Dude, I'm glad you brought up Boy Cavalier first. Yep. He might be my most disliked character on TV in 2025.
He's the Joffrey of this season. He's the Joffrey. Not
only is he the Joffrey of this show this season, and he hasn't done anything outright evil yet. I'd like to get some Joffrey in him. Like if he actually sends one of these kids to die or sends somebody else to die for his own amusement, like that'd be cool. I'd be with that. But he is a one-dimensional mustache twirling stereotype of what a tech mogul would be. And I don't find it amusing at all. I like evil. I like Joffrey. I like Ramsay Bolton. You know what I mean? I like bad guy characters. When they're written well, they're fun because they're such dicks. When they get the comeuppance, there's a Mary Poppins word for you.
Yeah.
It's fun, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun. Like when Benny gets his comeuppance in the Mummy. Everybody liked that part, Pape says, I got to say, I don't get how Wendy's the only synth who can hear the xenomorphs. Dude, I got a list of things that I left over there, not at the desk, of crap exactly like that. But it's not even really worth me splitting the hair with that kind of stuff anymore because the show doesn't know. The show has its idea of where it wants to go, and it hasn't slowed down along the way in the conception phase to address any of those issues at all. It just hasn't. And the further this, God,
I'm going to jump into the explanation of how she hears the xenomorphs.
But only her.
Yeah, only her, because she's the only one who's been hit in the head by one. And it's a malfunction. She's a malfunctioning robot. Think of Phenomenon, where he actually had a brain tumor that made him realize he knew all this stuff with different languages, stuff like that, based on a true story. And this is what's happening with her. She has a short somewhere in her brain, and it's causing her to hear that frequency, so she can not really understand what they're saying, but speak like them.
Dude, I buy that. But here's the problem. They have no idea that you just did that. They had no idea to put that kind of thought into it. And I would bet you dinner that they're not going to reveal that in like episode, like Arthur the scientist guy isn't revealing that next week.
No.
Like, oh shit, the reports came back and there was a short between circuit, 956 and LV5. Like, nope, because you did the thing. You wrote the canon for them. They don't know why. They just want her to be the unique synth that can talk to the Xenos, and then we see how that plays out in the episode where basically right on the thumbnail it's "Hello, Kitty." Like, no.
Arthur dies in the next 2 episodes, guaranteed.
Now, see, I want to do a little bit of headcanon on my own here. I want Boy Cavalier to kill him. I want somebody to do some directly evil shit here. Like, this show needs to get there now. Like, they are running out of time, dude. I say this every effing time we review a show on one of these 2 platforms, either Hulu or Disney Plus. I never said that on the Penguin. I've never said that watching Wednesday. I've never said that watching Stranger Things. I've never said that watching Percy Jackson. Right? Whenever
I mean, we didn't even say that during the show we're not allowed to speak about anymore.
Right? No, because at least I was categorically entertained. Are you talking about Acolyte or Ahsoka? Which one don't we do?
We don't talk about Acolyte anymore. That's
okay, yeah. But we were categorically entertained week to week with the stupidity of things that couldn't work plot-wise on that show. This show, the plot works to a degree, but it's dull, it's uninspired, and they blow by everything interesting here. Like, they're going to blow right by the part where they're not going to ask any questions about how Morrow can talk to Slightly, except it looked like Kirsch might have stumbled upon that he can see what's going on. But I guarantee that they're not, like, why is Kirsch's next move not to go directly to Boy Cavalier's office and be like, yo, shut Slightly down. We know they can shut these guys off. They can shut off the hearing. They can shut them off. They can absolutely shut them off remote, 100%. Right? Why isn't he doing that? Is he an agent for Wayland Yutani? That would be dope. That would be cool. A double agent. If the butler is a double agent, dope. Pape says you will get the action in the flashback episode, but eventually they are going to have the critters escape. Fact, but the problem is that the action is besides the point for me at this point. The action we're going to get in the flashback is like King suggested last week, if you remember. It's just going to be about why the ship crashed. I don't care about any of those characters. Fuck them. They're already dead. Like, I don't give a shit. It's the worst part of doing sequel. They're going to do a flashback of a prequel series past the midway point of the run. It's a prequel to a prequel. Like, I don't care. They're all dead. All of them are dead except Morrow. And we know he didn't give a shit. He might have been the one that instigated the crash for some reason. Maybe he's a double agent. I don't know. That's actually kind of dumb. That wouldn't in the context of what they've given us. But they blow by all the interesting stuff, like them bringing her back online. They've shut off her hearing so she can't hear the alien signal. Interesting. I'd like to know why that is, but they're not going to explain it.
Oh, they turned it off. He was in pain, and that's why they stopped it.
Right. But I'm saying, like you were saying, they're not going to explain how she is capable on that level of hearing them. But then they double down on stupid. So I feel like I should have brought back the thumbnail from last week. Like, the entire explanation from the smartest person on the planet, Boy Cavalier, he's the boy genius, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to get Wendy to replicate the sound. It's your voice is just work. Just make the sound. Just in your mainframe. I don't know. Does she have a mainframe? Is that a thing? This is FX Alien Earth. Yes, it is. But see, that's the thing. There's a reason. Like, unless she equipped with like a speaker system that just lets her copy and play back a sound. If so, fine, then she can do that. But I'm assuming he wanted her to replicate the language. You know what I mean? There's a reason you and I can make cricket sounds. We're not anatomically equipped to make cricket sounds. So if her synth body is just built to be human, and it's not a playback recorder like on your phone voice memo, she can't actually make that sound just because she thinks it's dumb. I hate shit like that. I hate having to pick that apart, but it gets in the way when they have 5 of those kind of things in an episode. And
she doesn't have a mainframe because we haven't used mainframe since like the 80s.
150 years, right? So by this show, it's 170 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that character, and he's starting to grate on me with the feet thing. Can we talk about the feet thing for 2 seconds and then never fucking talk about the feet thing again? We get it. He's on the spectrum. Okay, move the fuck on. Have him change his clothes. Have somebody punch him in the face. Have anything happen. This asshole just shows up and go sit over here barefoot. He got his feet up.
Yeah.
Point at where he's supposed to. Stop it. Stop. I don't. That's not eccentric at that point. It's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. There, I said it. I hate that character. I hope one of them eyeball things goes up his backside, not through his eye. That would be funny. I'd love the eyeball butt plug for that character. Don't sound like that. That was dangerous. I should have been careful with that. How quick is the Oracle on the clip button? that could be a problem.
Clip it, everybody. Clip it.
Yeah, we don't need to do that. We're not large enough to be clipped into famous stuff like that. Yeah. But no, it's just crap like that. It's crap like that that's growing on me. Like every time they approach an interesting thing, like the conversation between, I think it was the I'm just calling him Alfred, like Boy Cavalier's butler guy.
Yeah.
I think that you know who I'm talking about.
Jeeves.
Cyborg. We call him Jeeves. We can call him Jeeves. I'll call him Alfred. They had 5 seconds of an interesting conversation. Yeah, I didn't say like the eyeball, the head's on. I'm saying, nah, I'm good. Anyway,
you forgot to shine it up real nice and flip it sideways.
And something about somebody's case. Yes, you gotta be careful with that. We get the problem with this conversation is interesting for 3 seconds. They're each asking the other the same question: is this really my sister? No. Is it really your sister? No. Is it really my sister? That's what they do for like 5 fucking minutes. I'm like,
it's that same conversation we had episode 1 when we talked about the transfer. Is it really the sister, or is it just her memories and
personality,
mannerisms,
traits, things like that? Mannerisms.
But how she has the same personality is beyond me, because that's not something that's stored in the brain.
Because it's lived experience that kind of directs you into a certain set of responses to certain stimuli and so on. Right, but I love these idiots just talking back and forth, like the butler's like, well, we'd like to get you on staff because you're the best person to know if it's really your sister. And I'm like, well, she's been with you guys for a while, and she exhibits memory of her past. So maybe that's the best answer you're going to get. Like, I don't think there's an answer to this question.
Longing for her brother.
Right. It's kind of it. I think they kind of hammered that home. They hammered that point home, like you said. Like the sister wants her brother around thing. I get it. But like, Wendy is the least interesting character on this show.
And she's supposed to be the main.
Right. She's the least interesting character on a show that has 8 uninteresting characters, half of Timothy Oliphant and Morrow. That's it. That's this entire fucking show.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want people doing evil stuff and interesting characters. You got was it Kumbi?
That Morrow. That's his first name.
Morrow.
That's Morrow. Just call him Morrow. I'll keep it straight that way. Yeah.
Yeah. You want evil guys and interesting characters. You have him.
Right. And he's veered a little too far into pedo territory for me to actually enjoy as a character, man. Like, it's a little weird the way he talks to this kid.
He's trying to manipulate him because he's a kid brain.
I get that, but all that's missing is the white panel van, man. That's it. That's the only thing missing from that scene. The first time he called that kid, he called him from a fetish club. I'm just saying, dude. You couldn't find a payphone in the future somewhere not.
It's not a payphone. It's built into his head.
Well, you know what I mean, dude. Like, dude, go stand in the corner somewhere. Go to Walmart.
Be at a restaurant eating food.
Would it be more interesting if they gave her the Switch on tomorrow? It might be more interesting later. If we knew she was working on augment, and I'm dead serious. If we knew she was tinkering with herself at some point, but we didn't know to what extent, and then she legit shanks that dude in the final frame as he's got her hostage or he's got her brother hostage, that would be cool. Oh shit, she's now extended beyond her program. She's extended beyond her human experience and done other things to make her own choices. Which brings me to another. He's mentioning manipulation leading to blackmail. There's another interesting thing that they're going to not touch on here. Like, Boy Genius has already declared them all fucking property.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, can we talk more about that? Because I don't know. Maybe her dad doesn't think she's property. Was that in the contract that they signed? Like, let's do it.
Did they sign?
Not Switchblades, but like Baraka Mortal Kombat arms, like katana
sword arms.
You know what I mean?
They're cool until they're not practical.
Right. Because, her arm's probably this long and the fucking blade is going to be like anime this long.
Yeah, and how's she ever going to pick anything up? She's going to be like the guy at the park who's picking up trash. That's all she could do.
Yeah, listen, let's put that under ideas to cook up later. Then we can fix Wendy's switchblade arms a little bit later. Because the show does have other scenes. I actually had a couple scenes that I wanted to run by you. Because I think the one... milking this scene for all it's worth, man. We have plenty to talk about here on FrostCast. We need to stick on Switchblade arms. But guy at the park. All right, well, let's talk about the guy at the park. Let's name him. We're gonna spend time talking about. See, we're already writing better characters than they are, and they're halfway through the damn show. That's the problem. They've waited too effing long. I don't care about Slightly and his mom. I don't.
Yeah.
It's too late. I saw a guy at the beach today picking up trash. Oh, there you go.
Exactly.
Nice to be on the beach.
And if he had sword arms, then make it easier. But that's the only thing that sword arms would actually make easier.
Shit. No, just be poking shit and putting it in the bag. But then you couldn't hold your own bags. It wouldn't be long enough or something.
Yeah.
We'll have to go work that out. I got a yardstick upstairs. We can check.
I mean, you'll end up into the Edward Scissorhand problem. Like, how does he does his shirt? Or just like cut the buttons off?
How does he pee? You just hope for the best.
Exactly.
Just going for it. Like somewhere around the bowl.
The no hold aim.
Just hope for the best.
Turns the
like
body.
Every 4-year-old. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm good. Please don't do that. Someone's got to clean that up. And they're like a sterile base. Like that's no good. The scene I want to talk about, just my professional background, within like the psychology sphere and healthcare spheres and things like that. Nibs is the one who almost got eyeballed. The girl, the redhead, almost got eyeballed 2 episodes ago. Not doing so good in the aftermath of that scene. Legitimately not doing well, right? So Dame Sylvia, that's like their den mother, mentor, school marm. I don't know. Like, I don't really get the relationships here, really. I didn't know she was married to Arthur until like yesterday. Honestly, I didn't pick that up in the first 3 episodes. Like when we were talking about his sperm count. No. We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. Apparently they're married. Detail. Yeah. How's the quote go? Once again, information that would have been useful to me yesterday. Yeah. We should have cut that ahead of time. She's doing a counseling session with Nibs, and I'll give her credit. Nibs did a pretty good representation of what I think a kid would behave like in that situation. Guarded, deflecting, not answering questions directly. I don't want to talk about that. Kicking things out of the way. That was a nice little foreboding shock of what was to come, I thought. That was effective. I'm just going to call her a psychiatrist, whatever she is. Psychiatrist put like a book in front of her and she kind of whacked it away with her foot. Like didn't even look up from the teddy bear or whatever she was holding. It's like, I don't want to talk about that. Boom. Like, uh-oh, get ugly. And then the psychiatrist pushes a little bit more, as you do.
Yep.
And Synth Chick leaps out of the chair, doesn't put her in a chokehold. She had her by like the traps. She was like on her shoulders, but she wasn't tuning her up. And finally, we get some expression out of the psychiatrist. She's like, oh, it's that. And then the kid puts her down and picks up the teddy bear and apologizes to the teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got yourself a broken android, synth hybrid, whatever.
Yeah, she keeps talking to it too, and like it's talking back to her. I think she has one of the creatures inside of her somehow. But one of the other ones that they didn't find.
But there's only what? Are you saying there's another eyeball?
Not another eyeball, but like another creature that they didn't take account for.
The only one we haven't seen is the flying one. Is they're saving one for like a later episode, is what I'm told. Like we'll be getting up to that in the next 2. And my guess is that's what kills Boy. But I think no, she's broken because they put a kid's mind in a synth body, treated her like an adult, and she got fucking traumatized as you would in that situation even if you had training. Dude, if that eyeball thing rolled up on Vasquez and she didn't have a chance to shoot it and it almost fucking sucked her eyeball out and tickled her brain, it would have messed with Vasquez, and Vasquez is too bad.
Which leads to the best scene of the episode is the sheep and watching that bad boy go to work on that sheep.
I was calling it the goatning. Can we cut that? We're live. We can't go back and cut it into the goatning, can we?
But it was a sheep.
That was a goat.
No, it was a sheep.
It was a sheep. Yeah, but sheepening though. Well, I guess sheepening works.
Yeah, the sheepening. Yeah, but I mean, all a sheep is a coat with a wool coat. So
and better attitude.
Yeah.
Typically. It doesn't let all that fame go to its head.
Doesn't have its own simulator.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there is no sheep simulator. There's goat. That was the best scene of the series so far in terms of the bloody. I thought it was ugly. I thought and this is a weird word to use for it. I thought it was shot tastefully, like it cut away from when there was a lot of the bleeding and pain going on until we actually got the eyeball pop. So I thought they did a good job there with that. But that goat looked hella mean. That sheep looked hella mean after the eyeball took its spot.
When it stood up on 2 legs and kind of started looking around.
I was kind of see if this was weapons, motherfuckers would have been laughing in the theater. But in this situation, you're like, oh, it shouldn't be able to do that, but it's doing that. This isn't good, right? It was a bad goat. And then it's just mean mugging them through the glass, which I thought was awesome.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like that was the best part. It was
And like
probably
it
the
was
most difficult part.
tracking, like
Right.
it had like the little focus thing too. You saw the eye just kept kind of like almost like a robotic eye,
Like a
where it kept
kaleidoscopic
focusing.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Spider eye. They do spider vision with that a lot, which I know it's an eyeball with spider squid legs, so I guess that tracks. But that was some good for some tension there. But Nibs, maybe she is tangentially impacted by that. I just think she's defective, and that's the point of the. I think that's going to be the point of Boy Cavalier's downfall. More like a fly. Good call.
yeah.
The vision. Good call. Because he's the one that pushed for it to happen. That he's the one that pushed them past their safety protocols that Arthur mentioned when he said, "Dude, we sent them into a fucking combat zone with nothing." That Nibs, I think, is going to have to kill him. Like sad. I think it's like his own Frankenstein's monster is going to be the theme of that particular moment. You know what I mean? They're going to go from Peter Pan to Frankenstein. It's like I just think
Natural
it's
progression.
Yeah, you know that the kind of themes that come up whenever like it's an aliens Prometheus thing. You know, your creator is disappointed in you, tries to kill you, and then you strike back, like that whole thing. It's ground that they've traveled. I think they go there. The ending scene is the only other one that I really wanted to talk about, because my tagline initially for this whole episode was going to be episode 4 better than 20 milligrams of Ambien for insomnia, because I was really bored the entire time except for the goat scene. Really, the pedo scene was a little weird. The goat scene was intense. The therapy scene was the other good scene. I'm rooting for a chest burster. I'd like to see if it's Boy Cavalier. He needs like a rem burster. That would be funny. I think he just has something with the feet. I don't know.
You remember what was it? Dreamcatcher, the shit weasels.
Weasel. Yeah. That dude had it rough. I'd rather not actually think about that, but it would be good for Boy Cavalier because he's a dick, and I won't mess him. But the ending scene featured on the thumbnail there for everybody that clicked in. Thank you guys for being here again. Big shout out to Winters Worthy for showing up and making things lively on Wednesday night.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up button too while you're here. It helps us out. It gets our stream out in front of other eyes, so it really helps out the channel.
I know some of you guys got like 47,000 people on your various socials. Maybe throw the wolf a little share, share. Just throwing that out there. That wasn't supposed to rhyme. That was my Shooter McGavinism. Shit happens. By the bay, hey Clay, I just made.
Yeah, your shit happens.
Eat shit for breakfast. Yeah. Last scene, the embryo tadpole in mother's lung in the back to tank explosively decompresses as it hatches out of the not protective field. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Hopefully we do appreciate that.
Get some eyeballs on. We do a lot of different stuff on here. We gab about whatever's big on TV for sure, but we also cover movies. We do ranking lists. We do all kinds of wacky stuff and pop culture and gaming. We do a little bit of gaming. Definitely, we talk shooters. We don't really do the other MMO stuff, but we talk shooters, fighting games, topics in gaming, especially as we're butts against pop culture and politics. We're kind of up on those things. That last scene, walk me through your impressions of her sticking your face almost on top of the case.
Well, first off, I didn't think the chest popper was going to be able to get through that glass. I was kind of surprised about that. I thought it'd be like a pressurized type thing to maintain it. Yep. Nope. Straight through.
Like a missile, dude. I was just playing Helldivers earlier, dude. It was like an autocannon shot. Like penetrated like 4 walls and almost her face. We positive a lot of the time. I sometimes am not, but variety's the spice of life.
Yeah, that's
right. Make it comical with the rant, though. You know what I mean? They're never mean spirited. I think that's the key. You can be negative, you just can't be mean spirited about it.
Yeah.
So continue, please.
And then it turned into like pet mode as she did her little noises.
So stupid.
And then it liked the pet.
It's not a kitty.
These creatures are like always never like happy at all. Like they would be upset eating ice cream type creatures.
How many people with pet tarantulas, pet snakes, pet iguanas, pet fish? How many of these animals like to be touched? None of them. None of them. If you're not warm-blooded, you don't like being touched. And basically, if you're not like a primate mammal of some sort, I'm guessing canines, felines. Never mind. You got to be warm-blooded for this kind of shit. The alien is basically a semi-intelligent bug. That's it. It's a fucking hive mind, and anything with a hive mind ain't making friends.
Actually,
Sorry.
it is part human.
I mean, when a tick bites you, does it become half human?
No, but their DNA that created them is based off of human DNA. That's what the whole premise of Prometheus was.
We're gonna go back to Covenant and Prometheus to cut all the way back into that. You could argue that David used human DNA to get there. I don't think it's ever made explicit. We could do a deep dive into Prometheus and Covenant when we're not completely stacked.
Yeah.
Kitty, Liddy, itty bitty. It doesn't matter.
Dude, it moves quick on that tail, though. Has no legs. That's all straight snake.
Now, listen, I'm going to do a rare thing and give this show a little bit of credit. Buckle up. Hold on. Make yourself a stiff drink if you don't have one. Did you notice on the design, which was very cool, with the snake-like cobra swaying thing that it had going on? Did you notice it had its limbs? They were all like still fused to its body, like they hadn't expressed yet, right? I'm like, that's kind of cool. And you know what? That's a better way of showing me something new than trying to replicate with animatronics like the original chest burster. That was the worst part of Alien. Everybody knows that scene was awful. Like, and not the burst scene, the actual watching it run away, like that they kind of spoof in Spaceballs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that part was awful because they just didn't have the tech to make that work. You know what I mean? It just wasn't there. We could do it with animatronics now, but why do that on a show? It'd be too expensive. So doing a CGI Cobra thing, kind of nifty. I'll give him credit for that. But like Pape, I think it was Pape that was saying, like, yeah, it was Pape. Bro, it has steel teeth. It has what looks like steel teeth. You can't pat it. You just can't. And a grown-up shouldn't be the one to try it, even if she's 13. And I still don't think she's 13. There's a time jump. So she's functionally like 19. The fuck? You wouldn't pet something that sneers at you. Dude, have you ever been on a hike and come across like a coyote or a fox or some shit? You don't try to pet the fucking thing, and that's a fox, not a xenomorph, which you watched wipe out a fucking search and rescue squad. Like, you know what they're capable of. Does nobody debrief on this show? Nobody? Boy Cavalier doesn't know he shouldn't stick his face next to a fucking egg? The fuck out of here, dude. I hate this show. I'll say it. I'm there. That's it. 4 episodes. I hate it. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's worse than Resurrection. Yeah. It's worse. They're all dumb. I hope they all fucking die. All of them.
See, I thought it was going to be the end when Homeboy walks in there and starts petting the egg. I thought that was the end. That was like a false ending for me. People try to pet
the Oracle
things
says people try to pet things in Yellowstone. They're stupid too. So I hope that grizzly bear eats every effing one of them.
But he looked like he needed a hug.
No, you wouldn't choose the bear. This is what we were trying to tell you 2 months ago when everybody was telling us they'd pick the bear. If you do, you die. It's just over. You don't pick the bear. You can't. The bear will kill you. You don't care how cute it is. It ain't Fozzie Bear. Even Fozzie Bear. Dude, what about when they put Fozzie Bear in one of these like Winnie the Pooh, Blood Honey kind of movies and you see like ghetto Art the Clown Fozzie Bear? Jesus H. I mean, can you imagine? Exactly. I'm tired of these idiot fucking characters. That's my movie. Instead of snakes on a plane, it's going to be idiot characters. I'm tired of these motherfucking idiots in this motherfucking show. Because that's what they are. That's what they are, all of them. And the interesting ones haven't done anything interesting yet directly. You know what I mean?
They're more, interjective. They're just like,
yeah.
And then it's over.
And that's Kirsch particularly. Like, he's just watching them, but he hasn't done anything.
No.
Anything. The bit with the name change. I want to be Isaac. Isaac Newton? Yeah, sure. Why not Isaac him off, dumbass? Like, pick the more interesting Isaac, you dick. Stupid. And then Morrow. Like, okay, you're going to strong arm the weakling kid, maybe kill his family. All right, so you're a new guy, you're a cyborg, you're 65 years out of date, you're in a hostile environment. You somehow used the future phone book to find the one Singh family that lost the kid under these circumstances. Bro, the name's like Jones.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm just saying, dude.
And he did the joke.
I'm just saying.
He did the joke where he started singing.
He did, and it was bad. And it was bad. It was bad in BN. It was. I just can't. I can't with this show. I'm glad it only has 3 episodes left. I hope the nuke kills everybody. I really do. Because I need it to.
For sure.
It's the only way. Pape says, I'm glad you brought up Kirsch. I have a question. Did he touch on the 3 laws? Nope, dude. Nope, he didn't. I didn't hear that. He echoed what Bishop said about by action or lack of action allow human to be harmed, which is a take on Asimov's law. So you did it. They did it by extension, but they were referencing Bishop. Like they were preempting Bishop, who says it, 2 years later. Right. That was definitely part of that dialogue when he was questioning Slightly's ability to be loyal, or what he would do what would he do in the face of immorality or amorality or whatever after he had the call with Morrow. That was thrown in there, but no, they dodged the straight up. Like they love hitting you over the head with the Peter Pan shit, but we don't want to talk about the rules of robotics or anything.
Yeah, the audio book narration, and then the fighting the crocodile.
Yeah, dude, the crocodile bit was the dumbest part too, right? Like he asks Wendy, was fighting a xenomorph more like fighting Indians or pirates? And I'm like, you've got an IQ allegedly of like 1,200. Like, why are you asking this question? That's the best. Like, you're a trillionaire tech entrepreneur. That's the question. You wanted somebody who's on your level with intelligence so you can have an intelligent conversation. That's the question. Yeah. And then he takes every bit of us being able to think about symbolism in the show and applies the crocodile metaphor on his own. Like, no, bro, like it was for us to figure out that no, it was probably more like fighting the crocodile. It's relentless. It's a force of nature.
And then you can hear the clock. It's never going to
stop. And that you hear the clock because literally that's what she heard. I don't know. Because they're all idiots.
How would they know?
They're all idiots. They're all idiots. I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be like, dude, you sent me to the fucking crash site with no weapons. They basically sent Newt. They sent Newt, but Newt is a better character. No weapons and no training, and she survived longer than that. You put her in charge. Like, dude, all of these kids are dumb. Half of them are now broken. Like Wendy's broken, no question. Curly's going to kill somebody out of jealousy. Sing's broken. So the only one that's not is Smee, and he wasn't even in the damn episode last week until like the end.
To the end when they're eating their flavor chips.
Right. Like one of the other ones is promoting himself to head scientist because he found out there's a library and they can read books, and Smee's like, you can do that? Like, bro, there's 6 prototype fucking synthetics. How are they not like Neo jacked into the Matrix 4 hours a day with everything? How is that not just what they're doing?
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do that. We'll leave it to him to learn about geometry. The fuck out of here. It's like going to public school here, apparently.
Not even public school.
Just do what you want. Yeah, I don't know. Public school's taken a hit in the last 20 years. I don't know if you keep it up with these trends in education. But no, it's just they don't think through any of the things that should be guiding this in any kind of intelligent or interesting way. People are just mumbling through things, and every now and again they throw you Alien. They throw you Alien image. You know what I mean? That way you be, oh, it's an Alien show. I think I heard somebody else say it. I can't remember which stream it was on or which channel, but somebody was like, if we break this down, it really does fall in that category of somebody had a sci-fi idea with the transcending AI synth thing, and fucking somebody snatched that right up and was like Alien Earth and just stamped it. And then they had they had 6 scripts, maybe they had a feature, and that's my guess is they had a feature movie because we've seen this happen. And they're like, we're going to put a xenomorph on page 14, 38, Android goes crazy on 60, 2 more xenomorphs, nuke at the end, clip it and ship it. And I think that's where the show's going. But like, honestly, you seem a little bit more down on this episode than last week. Am I reading you right, or am I just rambling like I do? Break it down for me.
Like you said, I was kind of bored through it. Nothing really progressed any other than seeing the chest popper finally pop out. Because I'm like, I've wanted to see the lung all episode. I was just waiting for the lung. Yeah. I wanted to see this. This is something I wanted to see. I wanted to see it more progression like in it, like see what was happening inside to make it grow inside the lung, like what is actually causing it to get its like nutrients to grow. That was what I was interested in, and you don't see the lung until it pops out. We're more worried about the brotherly love. We're more worried about
another shit character,
homeboy,
another garbage character.
But I mean, the part with the kid made sense. because he needs someone on the inside.
Yep,
And now he's
yep.
trying to get someone to be infected with a xenomorph in him. And he's going to choose the brother. So he's going to lose both
course
ones
he
to a
is.
xenomorph.
On what planet would that dude go within 1,000 feet of an egg that wasn't in containment? Which brings me to one of those nitpicks I told Pape I wasn't going to do. Who would keep these specimens not in like absolute containment behind several layers of like pressure, hermetically sealed, locked like chambers?
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
why
Who?
would every kid have the combination to it?
To the door. Why? The fuck? They don't have surveillance cameras in 2160 either. Pape says the scan of inside the long one. I think that's exactly what the King's looking for. Is, you know, we saw it in tadpole size, but maybe a really cool retro futuristic Fantastic Four kind of scan that showed it. Now it's the size of like a fucking foot long sub kind of thing.
Yeah, like
and how it's slithery, like flipping over itself. Yeah, that would have been dope.
Where they got like a table and it like projects it up, and then like, you can pull it apart and like see inside and see it growing. I think that would have been really good for something that's based 95 years from today.
Yeah, but again, they get away with the retro future tech. It's not 2160.
They're 40 years too early for that.
I don't know. I picked the number. I get it. Might have been the Josh. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
My problem is with this King too. I feel like, again, another trademark ball drop of Hulu and Disney Plus shows are they go in with the 8-episode run, the 9-episode run, and the first 2 or 3 episodes mean absolutely fuck all nothing. Not a damn thing. They waste all this time setting shit up that doesn't need to be set up. Like the crash could have just been a thing and we're coming all in and that's it. But no, we're now at episode 4 and where Sing's having a problem. He's got issues with Morrow and his family are hostages. Now he's got conflict inside the base because he knows Wendy's brother's there. That's conflict that I wanted up front. The whole bit with Curly wanting to be the favorite synth and not Wendy. Maybe she gets a little backstabby 2 episodes ago. Nibs is right on time, I guess, for what they're doing, where she was traumatized in the initial exploration. And now she's starting to act out or go defective, whatever. I'm with that. That's kind of right on time. I don't know anything about Smee. I don't care. And the scientist kid, if that kid wasn't on the show the next 4 and final episodes, I wouldn't miss him. I have no fucking idea what his point is on the show. No idea. I think they wanted 6 because that's how many Lost Boys there are in the book.
Yep.
Peter Pan or something. It's like, oh, dude, I don't know. We need one. Let's call him Isaac. He's going to be the scientist. Don't care. Fuck him. Won't miss him. But they wasted all this time not doing anything with them. And now we're at the halfway point, which you know means they rushed the next 3 episodes to wrap that shit
4.
up. No, hold on. 3. And then in the 4th and final episode, wrap up shit with Wendy, her brother, and Boy Cavalier. And then nuke the
I don't even say that. I wouldn't even say that. I say they used the 8th final episode to set up a possible season 2.
Oh, dude, I think they know. Oh, dude, actually, no, because this is still pretty positively reviewed, isn't it? This isn't the Acolyte. Yeah, this isn't even a middling thing like, for me anyway, a Kenobi. Like, what can we get those numbers real quick? Can we get, I know there's 4, but I had a point that there was going to be something happening in the 3, and then in the 4th, there was going to be thing. I know there's 8. I ask King Z every week, how many episodes of this shit left? 4? There's 4 more of these? Every fucking week I say the same thing. Can we get Rotten Tomatoes on the line real quick so we can get those verified ratings for this show? Because I had seen some talk earlier that the first 2 episodes, because they bundled them, you'd watch them premiere night. So the minutes were high because it's a new Alien. Alien's like Superman, or Batman probably, or Spider-Man. You put something out new, people will show up and check it out at first. But I want to know where these ratings hold after 3 and 4, because I think they're going down Last of Us style season 2. I think they're going off a cliff because it's too boring and nothing's happening that's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. This would have been a better binge drop than it would have been a weekly, because there's no suspense at all to draw you to the next week. Like I just, oh wait, it's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Isn't there something we're supposed to watch today?
Dude, I'm telling you, if you and I didn't keep constant comms on what we were doing like for the next 24 hours, because we're both getting old and we can't remember what we're doing anymore on the show, I would have forgot about this, because like you said, I had no incentive to watch this. Dude, when House of the Dragon is live, even in the weaker season 2, my ass was in the chair Sunday, 15 minutes ahead of go time every week. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, dude, I want to know what happens next on the show. The only reason I'm watching this now is you and I just have the field day that we have with people talking in the chat, you know, and kind of lambasting it from time to time, depending on how. Now take a look at that number.
It's down.
It's down. It's down a lot.
Because it was 90.
92.
It was 90, 95 was still there, and it was 92.
Yeah.
Then last
It was 92
week, it was
on
like
the popcornometer.
It was like 88 last week.
Yep.
And now it's all the way down to 71 after this week.
And this is this isn't the end all be all. The same way Steam charts aren't the end all be all for like play numbers for like COD and Battlefield, but Rotten Tomatoes is an instant representation of people that know how to use the tool. You know, we can't get things like Pate mentioned FXX. Like you have to wait for Nielsen for that, and that usually tracks 2 to 3 weeks after a certain period of time goes by after a content drops.
Yeah.
And streaming is even a little weirder, and this isn't terrestrial television, so it works even a little differently than if it was on NBC or some crap like that, like Blue Bloods or something. There is a bigger delay, but these are the trends that we've observed. I think we saw the same thing with Daredevil. You know, people are, oh shit, Daredevil's back. Oh my God, it's got D'Onofrio. Oh God, it's got Charlie Cox. Oh, it's the original writing team from the Netflix series. Boom, I'm in. And people watch the first one up here. People watch the second one, still up here. But that third one, fourth one, fifth one, it dips. This is a great point that you mentioned from Josh. That better to binge it when it's done. If you weren't here, Josh, I had said about 10, 15 minutes ago, I think this is the kind of script that starts off as a feature and then it gets chopped into like 6, 7, 8 pieces. And then they do shit where they have to pad things out that are just not interesting. So I think you're dead on correct. I think the fix to that is, I got a Saturday where I've got nothing to do, or a weekend I've got nothing to do. I can watch 4 of them, go to bed, watch 4 of them, and I'm done.
I broke my leg and I can't do anything today.
Right. Dude, yep. Dude, there was a show. I'm trying to think of what my better half watched after she had her neck surgery earlier in the year. Like she got through like 4 seasons of something in like the first 5 days. I think it was her after the surgery. She got through like 5 seasons of some crap, and she was like, I feel dumber having watched it, but what the fuck else was I going to do? I couldn't move, you know? I can completely see that. And I think that's where a lot of these things, streaming content just feels like feature films that are just nickeled and dimed into 8 pieces with 2 pieces of shit filler every time.
They don't do the old 22 episode where each episode is its own standalone story, but there's an overarching arc over all 23 episodes. Think of Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, you had your monster of the week, but they would always lay something in that brought you to the BBG at the end.
Right. But I think that this is even a step worse than not doing it the old way. This is the problem now. Like if you dip back to like original Game of Thrones season 1, I think it had 10 episodes. Right? Because it was HBO.
Yeah, it was always 10 episodes.
Yeah, I'm saying so. It was 10, and these streaming shows are 8, 10, 12. I mean, Old Stranger Things only had 10. It's Netflix. I think they always.
I thought it was 8. I thought the original one
was whatever it was, but they buck the trend of what we see now. There typically aren't filler bullshit episodes in these good shows. There were no filler episodes of Penguin
because it was written to be a show that stretched. It wasn't written to be a movie where they had to fill it. You can do it, but you have to go intentional and let the studio tell you, hey, you're only getting 10 episodes. Okay, I can work with that now that I know how long I have. I can space the story out. It's
got to be an entirely different storyboarding experience when somebody says, King, you got 10 to do, call your team. These are the points we want to hit for our branding. These are the points we want to hit for any kind of messaging that we got to cram in there, because they do. Although surprisingly, I think they're really limited in this show. That hasn't been a complaint of mine. Like the politicking, I don't really see any of it in here at all. I mean, she's built to be the girl boss, like mechanically, but it's nothing to get your panties in a twist over. And she hasn't done anything. That's the other fucking part. Like their superhuman strength and speed and smart. Have any of them done any of these things yet?
Yeah, they jumped off a mountain into the sand, and one of them de-headed a xenomorph.
Same chick, and it was stupid because she used a paper cutter and it should have killed her. But the super strength thing, now that I think of it, right? When the thing's trying to attach itself to Nibs' face, how did she not just like fucking throw that thing into orbit? She's not a 14-year-old girl. She's a machine.
But she has the mindset of a 14-year-old girl. She didn't know. Panic takes over. That's why when you have an 18-year-old kid who joins the army who doesn't know everything, that's why they beat it into your head, so you have that repetition, that muscle memory.
Right. But when something's trying to eat your face and you already have your hand on it, Your natural instinct is to fucking throw it away.
But it wrapped around her hand. I would defend that. That thing wrapped around her hand.
She's a machine. She's a machine. If the other one took a paper cutter through something's head, she can fucking stretch out the slingy. You remember those toys you used to have in the 80s? You used to throw them on the wall? Like the Spider-Man toys that are just like flink down and down and down and down.
Yeah.
Same shit. She could have she could have crushed that thing in her hand.
See, that would have been the better play, is her just slamming her hands down and watch you go.
Dude, and how is Smee in that situation with an even bigger body struggling to keep it under the bowl? You know, Josh says, I was asking myself that same thing. I was thinking she should have been strong enough. Dude, they all should have been. And really what I needed, if you said you've been watching, or somebody else said they watched the first episode. When the kids get to the crash site, I think they're in episode 2.
Yep.
I have cable and I only see 3 episodes. Okay. They get to the crash site episode 2. What I only really needed, dude, we all did, bro. We all did. Dude, Colonial Marines forever, bro. Absolutely. Run a bypass. When the kids get to the crash site, we only needed one scene where one of them goes up to a door that's stuck that one of the search and rescue couldn't open, and they're just like, boop, and fucking pull it off. And I go, okay, android strength. That's how you paint that fucking picture. You know, you show, what do we say? We show, we don't tell.
So
sometimes you tell.
You brought up the Marines. And this is what goes to the whole thing where we believe that the end of this will be a nuke from orbit killing everything. Is
From
that if they could record the sounds that the xenomorphs made that they can now hear and translate, wouldn't that have been handy if the Marines had that and then they could have spoofed it?
Saying like Data and Next Gen, dude. Hell's yeah, dude. Dude. Or any robot character. It's not like we just invented the idea. Any robot character ever. They did it on the Orville. What's her name? Can you open the jar of pickles for me? I can't remember the character's name. It's Captain Ed Mercer talking to the hot chick he was banging in real life, who played his chief of security, who was like 4'11", 80 pounds. But that was the running gag, is that she saved him by pulling open a door that nobody else could open. You know, and that's how you show these kind of things in hotel. And then you don't leave it up to the supposition of people watching to poke holes in it and be like, well, if you can't even be asked to get that detail right, when it's time for things to count, like, oh, dude, is it really my sister? Oh, are they real property? Oh, do we have like is it ethically wrong to keep these animals here? That was a nice little bit where she was like, we shouldn't have these animals here. It's wrong. And then like, you know, the dipshit trillionaire's like, they'd kill you if they could. What's the difference? And I'm like, he's an idiot. He hasn't showered in a month, but you know, he's got a point.
Most smart people are like that. So
you know that dude smells horrible. That's a fact. That dude smells bad. And nobody on staff will tell him. But that's it. I can't talk about Alien anymore, dude. Let's talk about some other stuff.
Let's move on. We got a couple more things to get to tonight before we wrap it up. Looks like we run a little long again.
We'll be fine, I think the show's a little longer than an hour now. I think we're there. Let's go.
All right.
Buckle up.
So we just saw Weapons dethroned at the movie theaters as the #1 movie with, of course, the movie of the year. Should be nominated for Best Picture of the Year, and that is K-pop Demon Hunter. But what I'm talking about is Weapons, is that this year we have seen better horror than we have seen in the last few years, easy. With Weapons, Together, Bring Her Back, and now we have Sinners, and now we get into the start of horror season, which we talked about at the beginning. And here's just a quick rundown of everything that's still to come this year, next month, and one non-horror that I just wanted to throw in there because I think it looks interesting.
I'll be down for that also.
Go ahead and roll that footage.
I made that myself.
Sure you did. Don't knock my work.
That's pretty solid.
By the power of our Lord Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of
The Conjuring.
This is walk or
The
die.
movie poster's in the top right left-hand corner.
I'm not on full screen. This looks weird as hell.
What are we doing?
That man's smile about to be on the floor. This is how you do your teammate?
What'd it feel like?
I felt like they liked it. It was some kind of
winning is the best feeling there is.
It's a hell of a mix of films ending on like a biopic.
Yeah.
I'll take it though. I'll take it, dude.
But I mean, that's
I don't know,
every
man.
week next month. Every week
Yep.
there's at least one horror film that's dropping, and that's more than they have set for the whole month of October.
Which is weird because there was a time when you could bank on a Saw or a Paranormal Activity movie just commanding the box office through Thanksgiving. Come out like the second week of October and just kill through the first holiday there. I know you're looking really forward to him.
Yeah.
Do we ever sort out if that is a Shyamalan or a Peele? It's produced by Peele. Right?
It's produced by Jordan Peele. It's directed by someone different, and it's written by someone different. But he produced it. I think that's why Marlon Wayans is in it, playing the famous quarterback. And if you saw one of the posters, the dude has 8 rings, and you know who he's supposed to be.
That's a thing. That looks weird. I'm down for that. I'm more down, and I'm increasingly more down for The Long Walk.
Yes, I'm excited about that one.
There's something about those weird high concept premises, like if it's a game show or if it's like it's because they're not prisoners, like they've elected to
they volunteered to do this,
right
they're
for
at their own
fame,
free
glory,
will.
or like for extra rations, because I think this is like a post-apocalyptic, post-second Civil War disaster situation. Like there's a reason they're opting in, and it's not just because if we survive this, we got out. It's not Death Race 2000. You know what I mean? Like, we don't just get out of jail early. But it looks weird. It's a Stephen King thing too. On top of that, isn't it?
Yes, it is a Stephen King. No, I think it's actually a normal size novel.
Oh, get out of here!
It's a novel, yeah.
Oh, maybe the Oracle could fact check that if she's still hanging out with us behind. I'd love to know, because I'd love to read that. Because remember the other day when I picked up Hail Mary Project? Is it Project Hail Mary? Yeah,
which
read that in like
comes
a
out
weekend.
next year is with Ryan Gosling.
That's like that shows the spread of kind of what we cover here for you guys that are new in the chat. Like we dip between sci-fi, horror. We jump all over whatever's on like big streaming. For
We've even had military month. We've had sports month.
We did. My brother was mentioning earlier that somebody was checking out our Saving Private Ryan review and liked it, which was awesome. Oh, dude, great mention. Great mention, because I actually wanted to mention.
It's in 3 days. I thought it said November when I looked it up.
Oh, challenge flag thrown. Fact checked incoming.
Totally grab that, because I am excited for that one, because it looks like it's more book accurate.
It's this is what I'm saying, is what I heard the buzz was is Del Toro said straight up, it's not a horror movie. It's actually like it's a dramatic telling of the tale, which has elements of gothic horror for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Pape's calling out his own W. Pape is calling for the W. The Oracle confirms. Well, I guess this throws the weekend planning for a loop.
Yep, it definitely does. I think
we will confer post show, and we will sort that out. I'm guessing we should probably do Frankenstein before we do Dawn of the Dead 2004, because Frankenstein kind of spooky, right?
Spooky, definitely. Monster coming in for October.
Hell's yeah, we can do that. He's kind of a zombie. He's reanimated corpse. It counts. It's my show.
He's a reanimated corpse that was built with an abnormal brain.
Abnormal brain.
Yep.
Dude, you got to put that on the list. You know the list.
Dr. Frankenstein?
No, that's the movie, but the list that I have to put it on.
Yeah, the list that just keeps on going.
The list that keeps on going of crap I hadn't seen when I was a kid, but I should.
Yeah.
But
oh, come on, it's Mel.
Now
we got to do a Mel month.
We should do a Mel month. That might work good for Christmas. Not modern. Like it's not meant to be 2025 from the stuff that we've seen.
No, it looks like it's actually
classic 1800s.
Victorian era type retelling. Right. Not like that stupid one with, was it Aaron Eckhart?
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah, but it was like Frankenstein was like Batman and keeping the city safe from gargoyles or some shit. Like, I'm bored. I'm not. Listen, again, I'm not spending $17 to go see it, but I'll watch it on Saturday morning on the Sci-Fi Channel, 10 a.m. After your breakfast and shit.
So,
I'm
Oracle,
good.
go ahead and put your answer up there for about the
Yeah.
long walk.
So the Long Walk that we were just talking about by Stephen King, guys, if you're into reading, 320 pages, audio is almost 11 hours for you audiobook listeners. King's a big fan of audiobooks, but as he'll tell you right now, it all comes down to the narrator. It
Yes.
really does.
The narrator can make a bad book good, but a bad narrator can make a good book bad.
L's to the yeah. But 320 pages, dude, I could crush that in a couple of days. I'll be on the hunt for that. I'll actually try to get that done before we see the movie.
And now, if you have a good narrator and a good book, dude, time just flies by. You don't even think about it.
Dresden Files. Facts. James just does not mess around in that role.
I have my list of my top 5 narrators.
I know.
But that's for another day when we do
another
audio
segment.
touch.
Yeah.
But the segment I want to do, and this is the game show I thought of. This is the first time we're running it. I do not have a graphic set. This be a graphic next time. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome
there's a next time
to the writing room.
Oh boy.
Here is a game. I'm going to ask you, the audience. So that's let you know that you chat. Oracle, you can participate in the chat with this. I'm going to ask you to bring up writing terms that I asked for. Then and then I will give the title of the movie. Now, since this is our first week doing this, I will give the genre as well. But moving forward, the genre will come from the chat as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions to give some ideas. And then we're going to choose them, probably one that comes up the most or the first one in. I'm still working out the kinks here. That's why this one is a trial run.
This is beta. All right, so we're not even in early access. We are in the beta edition of Kingsy's Winter Wolf's Den FrostCast, Wednesday nights at 9.
Welcome to the mess that is my head. Yeah. All right.
Oh, good Lord. God help us.
And then I will give him the title. And then then Winter Wolf over there has to give us a 30-second to 1 minute elevator pitch on using these items.
Dude, this game works better when you do it.
So the horror, the genre will be horror. All right.
All right.
So the things I need 2 character names. So chat, go ahead and send me 2 character names.
I get to write these down.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm in.
All right. First one to pop up, chat. Are you there, chat? Chat.
No, we can't we can't expect people to be listening with keyboards distance, so you should have a couple of names ready. Oh,
Hector. One more.
What nationality is Lull?
We're gonna go with Portuguese. Lol is the name.
And the other name is now Lola. There we go.
Lola.
Got it. Lola.
Her name was Lola.
Okay. Why I did that.
Now, give me a location where this movie has to happen.
Oh, all right. I get this game. Okay. Lay it on me. Give me a location. Okay. I heard Tropical Island. Good. That's what I'm going with. What?
No.
I can't pick any of these details. Cleveland.
Cleveland
sucks.
All right. Now give me Guam. All right.
Wait, there's 2 locations? Galveston. I know more about Texas than I know about Guam or Cleveland. That's a damn sure.
But the first one was Cleveland, so we're going to go with Cleveland.
Going with Cleveland. Thank
All
God.
right. Now, give me what Hector does for a living.
All right, the setup's getting a little long here. Let's get this show on the road. I can't mad lib this entire thing on in 10 seconds.
No, you did 30 seconds.
Some asshole is going to say proctologist incoming. This is just how it runs here. Sells vacuums.
Hector sells vacuums.
Or Hector is a barber.
Now, give me what is happening in Cleveland for this movie. What's happening for a horror movie?
Okay, is it my turn? This is the thing. Now I got to go?
No. I need one more after this.
All right. So
what is happening in Cleveland that Hector and Lola are doing, or that's happening around them? A plague. It's a plague. And now,
biblical or biological?
We'll go biological.
Okay.
He just hits the wrong neighborhood to sell vacuums.
And I'm done.
All right, and now I need an object other than a vacuum.
This is getting complicated.
This is the last one. This is the last one. A 357 Magnum.
work with
All
that.
right, 357 Magnum it is. All right,
Okay.
now what you have, the name of the title of the movie is School's Out for Summer.
Is Greece going to sue us now? Not the
No.
country, the music. Okay, I just wanted to check.
I think Greece, the country, doesn't have enough money to sue people right now. So,
I mean, they're not Poland. All
right. Now you will get 60 seconds to come up with a 30 second to 1 minute movie pitch. How I came up with this idea is back in the day, we used to do these things called film challenges, and what a 48-hour film challenge. So at the beginning of the 48 hours, they usually give you a line that you have to use, a setting, and an object you have to use in your short film, and a genre. So you take those 4 things and you have to write a script, shoot a movie, edit it, and then display it. And then they name a winner. I thought it'd just be fun to do the elevator pitch version of this, of what his movie would be using these things. He has till the clock turns 12. So 10, 12.
So here's the basics of the pitch, right? Hector and Lola are a married couple that sell vacuums, but that's a cover. It's actually a 2-person con job. Lola's kind of attractive, so she gets you in the door. Hector goes in and does the technical stuff, lugs the big cases, does the pitch, does the sales pitch to whoever they're trying to sell to. But then Lola's fencing the place, checking things out, looking for safes, security codes, that kind of thing. The problem is they have to have their young daughter with them while they're doing this because school's out for the summer. Trouble happens when they find themselves caught up in an apartment building right as the plague strikes. But the only weapon they have is the 357 Magnum that they left in the car. Do they go get the gun and get out of Dodge? Do they go get the gun and go back upstairs and help people that they were auspiciously there to con, who they may have already led to be injured? I don't know. But I think that's a good basis there. That's all I got. I can't do 40 seconds off the top of my head. But I like the idea of subverting genre expectations. If we're doing horror, it's got a heist setup. You bring a kid in there, it adds a little bit of tension and stakes and depth. You can even throw some horror comedy in there too. Like, what if the kid has the gun? What if the kid's in on it? You know, it's actually the kid calling the shots. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. You know, these Mad Libby kind of games for the challenges are dope. Anybody would anybody take that in a wildly different direction? I'll read out your comment as long as it makes some kind of cogent sense, for sure. But in a on the spot situation, that's something I would do. Married couple, it's all a farce. It's a cover for their con job, because who sells vacuums in 2025? And I'd even have the character say that to them. Who sells vacuums in 2025?
Rainbow sellers.
I don't know nothing about that. Is Stanley Steamer even still a thing in 2025? I don't even
Yes, actually it is.
Get out of here.
Yep, I delivered to them, actually.
It's never too late in the evening to be creative. We do most of our best work in the evening. That's how we do.
I finished being creative last night at midnight last night.
I know.
So.
That was pretty solid. Have you seen Power of Film? No.
I have not.
No. If that was a more broad question, have I seen The Power of Film? Yes, I love film. No, King's got a whole lot of creativity that he throws late night and says, I just came up with this thing. Now I got to do this thing. And I'm like, I got to play Helldivers. I do my creativity and then I stop. You know, you gotta know when to pull the plug on it. Oh, we'll take a look at that.
Okay.
Power of Film. He said HBO?
Yep, HBO. It's on the list.
No, the list is all the old stuff from like the better days of things that I hadn't seen. You know, most of it is the comedies from back in the day. They just were never on when I was allowed to do that. Used to be up all up all night. USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. I'm right there with you. That makes total sense to me. I flip the script up early every day. Dude, I can't do the early thing. I hate it. Working in healthcare, I absolutely hate being up that early. It's been a godsend not working over the summer and being able to sleep in.
I'm more of a mid-afternoon guy, but lately I've been having issues sleeping due to some pains that I have. So I just sit there and daydream of stuff. Why I try to
best time.
sleep. Why I
Important.
beg to go to sleep.
Beg for sweet release of sleep, not death.
Yes.
Sleep. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's usually the best time to get the creative stuff done. But I'll take a look at least at the synopsis for Power Film and see what kind of movie goodness we can get into there for sure.
All
But
right.
do we have any other topics we wanted to run by some folks?
No, I think that was it for tonight. Do let me know how you like the game, how I could clean it up and make it a little bit better.
I think I should just throw it at you.
I do want to thank you for the participation of the people in the chat. And yes, it's poll result time. If you didn't know, there was a poll up asking about pizza. Because you know what they say, forgiveness is divine, but you never pay full price for late pizza.
Which was back in theaters over the weekend, because that was Turtles 1, right?
Turtles 1.
That was Turtles 1. 35th anniversary re-release of that movie. Also cleaned up in box offices this weekend. And it just goes to show. It absolutely just goes to show when you market to your audience, you get paid. 35 years old, and it's still putting butts in seats. Just saying.
All right. So the results are in. Meat lovers at a hefty 36%. Pepperoni at a 37%. Hawaiian at a 27%. And margarita pulling up the rear with 0% of the vote.
Dude, because nobody likes margarita pizza. Nobody. I don't even understand why it's on the menu when I walk into it.
It's really big in South America. Really
I'm
big.
sure. I'm sure, but then it shouldn't be in a suburban pizza shop up here in New England. It probably shouldn't be on the damn thing. You know, it makes more sense to see spaghetti and meatball pizza up here than it does to see margarita.
Question to you: New York, Chicago, or Detroit style?
Which one?
So New York is like the long slice.
Yeah.
Chicago's more like a deep dish. And
what's Detroit?
Detroit is kind of like a deep dish, but it's wrapped with bacon and the sauce is on top of the toppings.
You had me at bacon, but I don't know how I feel about the sauce on top and not not cheese topped. That's interesting. I'll probably go with New York. It's what I know. It's what I've had more of. Deep dish is solid, but I find deep dish has more margin of opportunity to be messed up and get undercooked. And I'm not good with undercooked dough. Doesn't work for me like that. Yeah, I got New Haven Pizza, South Shore Pub Pizza. If I get down to RI, I'll check out one of them. You know, up here it's mostly it's closer to New York style up here. It's typically a little flatter, cooked through a little bit more, but we go heavy on the cheese though, even though it's flatter and not deep dish. But yeah, margarita pizza, Pape, come on, you're better than that. You gotta upgrade that to like buffalo chicken mac and cheese. That's at least respectable. And if we're talking about pizza types, that's at least respectable. But bonus question on the Hawaiian pizza though, would it change anybody's opinion if you added jalapenos to it or some other kind of hot pepper? I think I asked you that before, King. One time we were talking about
I wouldn't do the hot pepper. I'm cool with Hawaiian as it is.
Okay. What about Hawaiian but Hawaiian's not just pineapple, it's the pineapple and you could have the ham on it, right?
And ham,
the
yes.
Canadian bacon, ham, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to throw the jalapenos on it though. Jalapenos gives it some kick.
I really don't like jalapenos. I don't like.
Get out of here!
No, my mouth cannot handle spacey. I'm too gringo for that.
I'm twice as gringo as you are, and I can handle that. Just Christ Almighty. What about so not even mild hot sauce on pizza then as a drizzle? No.
Mm-mm.
Sausage and vinegar peppers. Interesting.
I've seen vinegar peppers, banana peppers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Banana peppers are dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put banana peppers on just about anything. Pizza.
Also, sun-dried tomatoes. Right next to them.
See, now you're starting to slide into margarita pizza territory, though, aren't you? Because isn't that one of the dominant entries on the margarita?
That is not. It's not sun-dried tomatoes. That's on margarita. It's just a slice of tomato.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I like sun-dried tomatoes. I go this little sun-dried tomato and bacon.
They're so sweet.
I know, it's pretty slapping. You go with that. Banana peppers is a good pick, though.
Yeah, banana peppers is. I always thought I didn't know what I was missing for a majority of my life, and it's a sad tale. But now that I know the beauty of banana peppers, it's on my pizza, it's in my sandwich. Those things are amazing.
Dude, banana peppers, tuna, bacon, clutch.
I never thought of that.
Dude, it's banana pepper. It's got all the little zippity goodness there. Get some salt off of some bacon, some well-made tuna. I'm not here to judge you if you do the solid white or if you do the chunk light. I don't care. That's your business. It's between you and your maker. The right amount of mayo to mix it. You want to take it up another little extra flavor level, a little smoked chipotle kind of mayo. You'll sprinkle it in on your own, mix it up. It's not hot. Just add some smoke. Solid. Listen. Margarita pizza is getting a bad rap here. It's just sauce. Ms. cheese? You mean mozzarella?
Mozzarella cheese and basil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people be more to it than that.
No, actually, no, it's not.
Basil.
It's pretty much a cheese pizza with basil. Some people throw the tomato on there, and it's become kind of a restaurant favorite. It's not in the classic margarita. If you go down to like Argentina and order a margarita pizza, that's exactly what you're going to get.
I think I might have mistaken apologies. I might have had a different kind of pizza in mind. I was thinking more like black olives, feta cheese, and tomato.
That's a Greek pizza.
Oh, okay. My bad. Margarita pizza's fine then, Pape. We're going to send you one at some point. It's just going to be a crudely hand-drawn image of a margarita pizza. I don't know if you've seen the prices of specialty pizzas up around here lately. Some of these large pizzas going for like $25, which is a fucking crime.
So
fucking crime.
I'm not going to lie to you. When the hurricane hit us last year, around this time last year, Papa John's was selling pizza $25 a slice.
Get the dude. Illegal, tacitly price gouging.
Yep.
And I'm as big a capitalist as you get, but there are laws that prevent against price gouging, especially when they're fixed in a state of an emergency. That's asinine. Dude, Pape, the other day we just grabbed it. Like the kids just went back to school up here. I don't know if you've got kids or if they went back to school there in RI. We just went back this week, and we always do like a back to school fun takeout meal like within the couple of nights leading back into school. Dude, we got a large pizza, half pepperoni, half cheese, and then I think I didn't want pizza that night. I got like a tuna sub or something. This shit almost cost me $40. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm about to teach these kids how to make their own damn pizza. It's probably better for them anyway.
And then if you still want to get takeout pizza and you don't want to break the bank, I'm going to throw one at you.
We need a sponsor.
Costco pizza.
Dude, now Pape's a local guy up here too. He can corroborate this. A lot of our local supermarkets, Shaw's, Market Basket, Stop and Shop even, have banger party size pizzas, like the rectangle ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the big, the ones. Like
are they the
box,
take and bake?
No, sometimes you can also order them ahead to pick up fresh for when you want them too. They do both, right? Or you can actually even take them. You talking about take and bake, cook them at home for yourself in the oven?
Yeah,
they have both. A lot of these places have both. But you can also just order straight up takeout from a lot of our grocery stores. It's some of the best pizza that's around up here that isn't from a mom and pop shop that isn't going to kill you for $24 for a large cheese. Yeah, it's crazy.
Where did I stop at? I was
it's not bad.
I was on my way. No, my brother told me this because someone else brought it up at another place. My brother used to live in Iowa, and he worked for a gas station called Casey's.
Oh yeah, you were just saying them the other day.
Casey's was the number 2 pizzeria in the state of Iowa.
Hell out of here.
As a gas station.
That'd be my last place. That wouldn't be my. It wouldn't be my last place to order pizza. It should be your last place to order sushi. That's a given. But if they're known for it, it means it hasn't killed anybody, and that's a strong indicator. That's not bad when we're talking about pizza. It's really hard to kill somebody with pizza. You can kill somebody with seafood. That's easy.
Yeah, I think I stopped at
salmonella chicken.
The bottom of Illinois on my way to when I was going to Wisconsin a few years ago when I was working there.
For real, honest, for real.
And I was at the bar. So I was ordering my dinner at the bar in the restaurant. And I got like a cheeseburger there. And like people were talking about pizza on the other side of the bar. And they were saying that, where we get pizza? And one person brought up like this janky one that they had up there. I've never heard of it before, but they literally said the word janky. And then like, well, there's Casey's too. And I'm like, Casey's again.
Dude, like, didn't I just fill up there? Yeah, I could see that. It's funny though. I like when other places catch up and expand what they offer at a more competitive price. There's nothing better, like you were talking about Costco. There's nothing better than walking out
$10
like
large pizza.
Dude,
Costco's
huge. Or like BJ's and walking out with like a rotisserie chicken for like $4.99 or like 2 hot dogs and a soda for like $4. Like, dude, I'm a man of simple pleasures, dude. If I can get my lunch for $5, I'm getting it. I don't care as long as it doesn't kill me.
The $1.50
like
hot dog
gas station
combo.
sushi. Hells yeah. Dude, I am not too proud to spend $1.50 on a hot dog combo. Good. That means my kid gets to eat better and have like expensive sneakers to go back to school. I'm all for that. Like that's perfectly okay with me. You know, I don't need to have the best shit for lunch. It just has to not kill me. The bar is set really low. The bar is set really, really low. But it's definitely, hey, thank you, Pape, very much. Pape just gifted a Winter Wolfstone membership. We appreciate you, Pape. Thank you. We got to come up with a title for Pape, like Member Prime. But I feel like that would be infringing on Twitch, and they might sue us if we call him Member Prime. Warden Prime. That could work. They can't own Warden, right? We'll work on it. We got to get him some special dispensation. But I think we're gonna wrap up here, guys. If you want to hang out with us next week, we'll be back 9:00 always on Wednesday nights Eastern time for some of you folks that are listening in from elsewhere. Maybe we could just give them one. I don't know how that would work. I could probably gift him one as the channel host, pay the $2 a month. I could probably do that. We'll look into that. Share us out though, like Kingsy was saying. That's actually a pretty big help. You know, maybe just drop the link in your Facebook and move on with your day. And let people know we do movies, pop culture, shows, some gaming, not a lot. We just kind of bounce around from the topics we want to do. It's mostly about the hangout session, like you guys saw, keeping it lively with the chat, keeping it moving, playing a couple of games. We're not above making fools of ourselves with trivia,
not at all.
Knowing stuff. Not at all. If I don't know the answer to a question, I'll straight up tell you, I don't know, but I'll find out for you. You know, we're not here to pretend to be experts or better than anybody. We said we can be negative, but it's never going to be mean-spirited ever. That's just not how we roll. Pape, thank you very much, dude. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week for sure. On one more final note, I would ask that if anybody has good ideas for polls or any other spooky movies that you'd like to see us cover going through September and in October, the spooky season doesn't end when we're done in September. It rolls pretty much through for like 8 weeks. Maybe when the video goes offline, just leave a comment, poll ideas or spooky movie ideas going forward. And without any other further ado, King Z, why don't you say goodnight to the boys, to the Wardens, and we'll go.
Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, so when our zombie movie month kicks off, you won't miss the content. And with that, I gotta say, hit my music.